Good morning. Oh no, he has no shirt on again. Sorry, some of you. I don't know which problem. Homophobes, maybe. Maybe you get mixed feelings looking at a man, no shirt on or whatever. I don't know, but it's hot out here where I live. I pay taxes. This is my home. I can pretty much do what I want to do. So when I'm outside, it's hot, and frequently I may be out here just a pair of shorts or something. That's just the way it goes. You don't like it, watch something else. I want to talk about traumatic brain injury and rehabbing traumatic brain injury, especially since we have so many combat veterans now coming back into our society. And a lot of these guys, I've spoken with some of them, I've had some of them contact me previously because this has been going on for a while, right? We've been fighting for too long now, and too many of our young men are putting themselves through or being put through a whole lot of different kind of fucking changes. Anyway, I had a guy contact me a few years ago. I wasn't in a position at that time locally. We weren't near enough proximity to each other that I could really help this guy or try to work with him, but I did try to give him some advice. And he had been in a hard landing in a helicopter, and he had a traumatic brain injury. Now, let me tell you a story of a guy named Flash. We called him Flash because when we met him, he walked around. We took a liking to him. It was myself and Jeff McVicker. Now, if you don't know who Jeff McVicker is, then maybe you don't know anything about powerlifting, but you can Google and find out. Myself and Jeff McVicker, we kind of took a liking to this guy. We did, and we took him under our wing. And he had been hit by a tractor trailer on a three-wheeler in the snow, in like almost whiteout conditions. And he had a traumatic brain injury to where he couldn't, when he moved, it was very, very slowly. When he spoke, it was very, very slowly. When he walked, it was just short, sliding his feet very slowly. And he was totally normal inside of his head. That's what I'm saying. This is just the vehicle, right? The vessel that we're in. So he was still there. He was still intact. But there was a disconnect between the control that he had, he himself, his essence, whatever you want to refer to it as, his inner being, and the vessel, the vehicle. So the thing about neurological pathways, and one of the many amazing things about the brain, is that the brain can rewire itself given time and stimulus. The brain can rewire itself. So what we did, he had esteem issues. He was really bothered because the way people gawked at him, stared at him. If you see a guy moving like that or walking along like that or something, people notice it. It stands out. And not everybody has bad intentions, but most people will stare, at least for a moment. And the guy that's the subject of this, he realizes this, he sees it, and it really bothered him. So we started taking him to the gym with us and got him training, and then we trained at home with him, and we all trained together for about a year. And the most amazing thing happened. Over that year, just the repetitiveness of the same movements again and again and again, like the curling of the weight again and again and again, same movements, deadlifting again and again and again. And, initially he could barely even do any kind of deadlift. First we started him on a Smith machine with like no weight, just the bar, just the machine. And he progressed onward, and within a year, by the end of a year, he was pulling weight off the floor. And so it went with every other movement. We put him through, a whole plethora of different machines, selectorized machines. Moved to free weights once he could handle free weights, because you have to bring in more stabilizing muscles and things. And it was really, really therapeutic. A year later, he was unrecognizable as compared to the the person we met a year prior. He literally, when you met him, he could speak at a regular timbre and a regular cadence. When he walked, he didn't look any different from anybody else. I mean, barely perceptible difference, barely. And I'm sure that could have been completely evaporated with his continued training, which I've lost contact with him in the past few years, but I'm pretty sure he didn't stop training after what it did for him. And he's probably very normal by today, barring any other precarious misadventure. But it was just the most amazing thing what it did for him, how transformative it was. The brain can rewire itself. The brain will find other ways, other pathways to accomplish what you're requesting. But it takes patience, diligence, and it's the repetitiveness. It's the repetitiveness, just again and again and again and again. But just want to throw that out there. It's incredible. So if you're in this category, if you have a traumatic brain injury similar to this, now I'm not saying I know there are extremes. There are people that just can't even get that initial bit of movement going, perhaps. But what I'm saying is don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. I have seen it work. I know it works. I know that it works. And in fact, he wasn't the only guy that we worked with. After that, we brought another guy into our gym, and we started working with him. And he had some other issues along with that. But as far as his physical limitations, those things could be addressed. Those things could be improved vastly through progressive resistance training. And not even so much progressive resistance as it was just the repetitiveness of the motion, the repetitiveness. And the brain eventually figures another way, another route to stimulate and fire those muscle fibers. And it does work. So, am I telling you that if you have a traumatic brain injury that this is going to fix you? Nope. But I'm telling you, it's a fucking good, solid chance, and it's real. So, I don't know what you may be doing in the way of therapy, but it works. It works. So don't ever give up. Never give up. Like I said, as long as you're this side of the ground, there's always a chance. And any of you guys out there, if we got any vets out there, any combat vets, and you guys have any kind of thing like this going on, and you need help, or you need somebody to talk to about it, man, or if you're in the area, you want somebody to train with, just get in touch with me, email me, whatever have you, man. And let's just fucking do it. Let's just do it, right? All right, that's it, folks. It's early in the morning for me. I got a lot to do around here. I'll be back later. Have a great weekend.